Okay. Vita. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from.
Hey, Big Boss, K-Pop Top Box. Fuck about solid career. Two times don't last. Good people do not yourself. Call them in the fight like me. Be mad at peak game, ready for us on swing. Your boy got a long day, man. You know what I'm saying? A long day. But, you know, majority of the time, I mean, today, it's a long day at home. Got a lot of stuff I gotta do, right? I got, man duties. I gotta fix my truck, gotta fix my wife's car, I gotta fix stuff at the house. Today's the only day I could do it, so I'm just gonna try to do it all in one day. But it is what it is. We don't complain, we work. Let's talk boxing though. Disclaimer: don't come in my comment section talking about, I don't like how you talk. Please stop talking a lot of slang. You're slanging. Pause. Hey man, look, don't watch my videos. Okay, that's how I talk. All right. I can't help how I talk. You know what I'm saying? I've always talked like this my whole life. When I go on job interviews, do I talk like this? No. Right? Okay? Because I'm trying to, you got to sell yourself to get the job. So I'm not, you know what I'm talking about, man. Hey, I think that, man, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I think I can flip that, I think I push these courts, you know what I'm saying? No. Right? But at the end of the day, it's a boxing channel. This is a place where I be myself, and this is how I talk. You know what I'm saying? I talk like this on my job. I got a very high paying job. I talk like this over there, right? They don't be like, oh, I even got some of the people there using words that I use, like slang, you know what I'm saying? So, please just don't watch my video. If you don't want to hear all that, don't come in the comment section and let me know, because I don't care. I'm going to continue to be me, and that's what it is. Joseph Parker test positive for cocaine. I call that the Kell Brook. That boy hit that. Make sure I turn him over. You know what I'm saying? He tested positive for the Kell Brook, though. You know what I'm saying? Here's what I think about it. I think it's unprofessional, man. I don't know what he going through personally. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fighters, they go through things, you know what I'm saying? And it's not talked about a lot. You got to be able to compartmentalize that stuff and then still go fight, still perform. And if you don't live up to standard, hey, what was wrong with you? And you can't say, hey, man, I fought like that because of this. This what I had going on. It's an excuse. So you just got to eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I understand it. The week of my fight, when my first fight, when I was an active amateur fighter, I'm not active no more. My kids and my wife got a real bad accident. My daughter had a contusion like this. My wife had glass all in her hair. It took like 6 months to get all the glass out of her hair, right? Like, it was like little shards. You know what I'm saying? It was bad, bro. And that was the week of my fight. You know what I'm saying? So, like, as a matter of fact, it was like a couple of days before my fight. So just imagine, like, what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? At that time, it was very difficult for me to, lock in and, but once I got hit in my fight, it was wrap. I got hit one time, it was over. I said, all right, let's get it. Yeah, nigga think I'm out. Yeah, all right, yeah. But I think that he might have been going through something, or he might just like to party. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Either way it goes, unprofessional. You got to represent the sport in the right manner. And I just think that I can't really speak on like the personal things with him. I don't know. And even if I did know, y'all know me, I don't really speak on personal stuff. All I would say is it just looked unprofessional, right? You got to be able to, block out all that, all that stuff. Just like, when Keyshawn Davis got caught with weed in his system, right? As a fighter, you got to be clean, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know, this is not the 60s and 70s and the 80s where you can bump a line of coke and, you know, and go out and box or get on the defensive line or smoke a crack rock, Lawrence Taylor. Y'all know Lawrence Taylor used to smoke crack, right? He talking about he used to smoke crack and do cocaine. I'm like, huh? He was like, yeah, man, I used to do that before the game. Crack? Them boys back in the day was on another level. That man said crack. He didn't say, man, I used to pine, man, smoke a little weed, you know what I'm saying? He said crack. You know, he like, yeah, man, you know, I used to smoke a little crack for the game, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, what you say? You said crack? He didn't say weed, he said crack. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, to get back to something, you never know what people going through, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what Joseph Parker going through, but it's unprofessional. You know what I mean? You know, when I read the article on BoxingNews24.com, I'm posting a link in the description. It talked about how a lot of fans of his are disappointed, right? Because they put their trust in him, and you know, him tested positive for this bad substance. He kind of let them down, and I can see how that could, you know, I definitely could see that play. You know what I'm saying? I definitely could see how, you know, the fans could be highly disappointed in him, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, situation kind of is what it is. You know, they're supposed to do a B sample, and normally the B sample replicates the original findings of the test. So they're just waiting on that. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a bad look for Joseph Parker. You know what I mean? Will he get suspended? I don't know. They probably will, you know, but you just gotta be clean, man. You know, and I get it, like the stresses of life, you know, and it seems like a lot of these dudes and girls, they get money and, you know, they think that it's gonna solve their problems, and it don't solve their problems, and they end up resulting to drugs and, you know, alcohol, or, you know, just crazy stuff. And it's like, man, the only thing that's gonna heal you is Jesus Christ. That's it, bro. And I don't mean to get preachy, but that's the only thing that's gonna give you that sense of value is Jesus. That's it. Right? That's just what it is. Right? You know, there's no disrespect to everybody else, you know, that, you know, believe in other stuff, but I'm just speaking for what I know, right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all I'm saying at the end of the day, it's a bad look for Joseph Parker. So if he gets suspended, you know, it kind of messes up, because I think, man, he needs to rematch dude that just beat him, Walden. I think that needs to be a rematch, right? I think it was a good scrap, but, you know, I think they should rematch. You know, they already trying to fast track other dude to Usyk, and I'm like, bro, he's not ready for Usyk. He just struggled to beat what's his name. You know what I mean? I think Usyk beat other dude easily. You know what I'm saying? So I think that there needs to be a rematch, a part 2. You know, for that fight. But if Joseph Parker out here tested positive for cocaine, you know, I don't know if he, you know, I don't know if he gonna get that type of fight. And then, you know, you got promoters and everything who was behind you, pushing you and trying to make sure that, you know, you get these big fights, and, you know, you kind of let them down too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot that goes into it. You know what I'm saying? He kind of messed with his money, to be honest, because, you know, Joseph Parker, I mean, think about who had a very impressive run going into, you know, this fight he just lost, right? He beat Wilder, right? He beat Zhang Lejean when Zhang Lejean was looking like a monster. He beat Zhang Lejean, he beat Wilder, right? I think he beat Dylan White too, if I'm not mistaken. The dude got a resume, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think he fought Anthony Joshua before. So he got a resume. You know what I mean? He currently, like, he up there with Usyk as far as resume. I'm not talking about fighting. I think Usyk beat all of them easy. I'm talking about resume. Just resume alone, Joseph Parker got one of the top resumes at the heavyweight division today, right? So I just think that he kind of messed up his money. You got to be a professional. You know what I mean? You got to be out here and represent the sport in the right manner. Whether it's making weight, staying clear of drugs. You know what I mean? You gotta be clean, bro. And I just think that he kind of dropped the ball in that aspect. You know, so it make it kind of hard for, you know, people to really try to, you know, believe and, you know, trust you because, you know, you out here hitting the Kell Brooks. You know what I'm saying? Got animated. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Boss go.